The little otter who tried too hard. Have you ever felt like you had to do everything perfectly just to make everyone happy? Tonight, by a quiet, glowing river, where little lanterns sway gently above the water, a tiny otter named Ollie is trying very, very hard to help everyone, hard to never disappoint anyone, hard to always be good enough. But deep inside, Ollie is becoming very tired, and tonight, beneath the soft rain and shimmering river lights, he is about to learn something gentle, something every little heart deserves to know. Ollie lived beside a peaceful river in a tiny wooden house built on the docks. Every morning, before the sun even rose, Ollie hurried outside in his little blue raincoat. The riverside village was always busy. Boats rocked softly on the water. Lanterns glowed warmly through the morning mist, and everyone always needed help with something. "Ollie, can you carry these fish baskets? Ollie, can you clean the dock? Ollie, can you help fix this rope?" And every single time, Ollie smiled politely and said, yes. Ollie wanted everyone to be happy, so he worked as fast as he could. He carried heavy baskets, he scrubbed wet wooden docks, he tied boats carefully beside the river, even when his tiny paws felt tired, even when rain dripped down his fluffy cheeks. Inside his little heart, Ollie worried quietly. What if I stop helping? What if everyone gets disappointed in me? So he kept trying harder and harder. By nighttime, soft rain began falling across the sleepy riverside village. Golden lantern reflections shimmered gently across the dark water. Most little animals were already cozy inside their homes, but Ollie was still working. He carried one last stack of supplies across the slippery dock. "I just need to finish one more thing," he whispered sleepily. But suddenly, one tiny paw slipped on the wet wood. Splash! Boxes tumbled into the river. Lanterns rocked wildly above the water, and Ollie fell backward into the rain. For one quiet moment, he simply sat there, soaked and frozen beneath the falling rain. The river carried the floating boxes slowly away. Ollie's eyes filled with tears. "I ruined everything," he whispered softly. Later that night, Ollie sat quietly at the edge of the dock. Rain tapped softly against the river around him. Tiny waves glowed beneath the lantern light. The little otter wrapped his tail around himself tightly. Maybe he had failed. Maybe he wasn't good enough after all. Then, a warm voice spoke gently nearby. "You look very tired tonight, little one." Ollie looked up slowly. An old turtle sat beside him beneath a glowing lantern. The turtle carried a tiny cup of warm tea. Ollie lowered his head sadly. "I tried so hard, but I still made mistakes." The old turtle listened quietly while rain fell softly around them. Then he smiled gently. "Ollie, do you think the river stops being beautiful when it makes waves?" The little otter blinked slowly. "No." "And do you think lanterns stop glowing when the rain falls?" Ollie shook his head softly. The turtle's warm eyes shimmered kindly. "Then why would you stop being lovable?" simply because you became tired. Ollie felt very still inside. The turtle wrapped a warm blanket gently around Ollie's shoulders. "You do not have to earn love by working harder and harder," he whispered softly. "You are already enough." The rain suddenly felt softer now. The river no longer seemed scary or heavy. For the very first time in a long while, Ollie allowed himself to simply rest. Together, they climbed into a tiny wooden boat beside the dock. The river carried them slowly through the glowing, rainy night. Lantern reflections danced gently across the water. Tiny fireflies floated through the misty air, and Ollie leaned sleepily beneath the warm blanket. His little eyes were finally growing heavy. Soon, the boat drifted quietly beside Ollie's cozy riverside home. Rain continued tapping softly on the river. The lanterns glowed like tiny golden stars above the water. Ollie climbed into bed beside the round window overlooking the peaceful river. Tonight, he no longer felt like he needed to prove anything. He was tired, and that was okay. As the soft rain continued falling outside, the little otter slowly drifted into a calm and peaceful sleep. Now, little one, you do not have to work so hard all the time. You do not have to be perfect to deserve rest, kindness, or love. Take one slow, deep breath in and gently breathe out. Let your thoughts float softly away, like tiny lantern reflections drifting across a peaceful river. Your body is safe, your heart is enough, and now it is time to sleep. Good night, little dreamer. Sweet dreams.